Hey folks, Jessica here, Sunglasses Jessica, and today I want to do something I don't normally do on this channel. I want to do a character spotlight. I want to talk about Ray. So, I had previously said that Ray had gotten a 9.8 on GameWith, and I had said that that seems kind of high. Now that I have played with Ray a bit, I want to take that back and say 9.8 might be low for Ray, actually. Ray is fucking nuts, and we'll get into why. But first, some context here. So, GameWith, if you're not familiar with them, they are a Japanese strategy slash news site for a ton of JP Gacha games, Granblue being one of the big ones. Their tier list, by a lot of people, is considered the gold standard for tier lists. They're very nuanced. They give a lot of explanation for each of their character rankings as to why they're that ranking. They're just a very solid list that is generally pretty accurate. I'm not saying there's like the sacred scrolls or anything that you should listen to them exclusively and like not think for yourself about whether or not a character is appropriate for you to run. No, you should look at a character that's rated highly on a tier list like that and kind of look into the reasons why they're highly rated. All it means is players who play this game a lot tend to think this character is this level of power. You want to explore why they're that level of power and determine for yourself whether or not they're appropriate for your team. That's how you should ideally use a tier list. So for reference, there's only one other 9.8 character. The highest is 10, obviously. The other 9.8 is Holiday Normaya. I might do a video on her. I took her with my anti-ticks. She's also pretty bonkers, but in a completely different way. So yeah, pretty strong character by their standards. Again, for reference, there's only 5 characters that are higher than 9.8, and those are the 10.0 characters. Those characters are, for the most part, meta-defining for their element. So they're characters like Summer Zoe, who is absolutely meta-defining for Dark. You can't do a lot of the things that Dark is famous for doing without having a Summer Zoe. They're characters like Andira. Andira is the strongest wind character, pretty much hands down. It has such a powerful and versatile kit that fits really on any team. So Ray is like around that level of power. A 9.7 is like Grand Jeanne d'Arc in Light. Again, a very powerful character that's very versatile. So why is Ray such a powerful character, in my opinion? Well, let's look at what she does. And I'm gonna just say the reason why she's powerful is probably not the reason you expect, just initially looking at her. So I've got the Granblue Fantasy Wiki up on my the GBF Wiki up on my other monitor, and I forgot it's April Fools. So these, like, the Granblue Fantasy Wiki people, I love them. They're such memesters. They replaced Ray's picture on the wiki with Ray from Evangelion, and fucks me up every time I look over there. Okay, so what does she do? Clairvoyant Bliss is her charge attack. Celestial Vision of Foe. We'll get back to that in a second. It is removes 1 buff from the enemy, so Dispel. Hits the debuff resistance, light attack, and multi-attack rate. Let's get some numbers. It is 15% debuff resist down, 30% light attack down, 100% double attack and triple attack down. 100% triple attack down. Nice. It's 120% accuracy, so pretty likely to land, and it lasts 180 seconds. That sounds all great. But Celestial Vision's the big thing from it. Celestial Vision is a supplemental damage buff. It gives you 30k extra damage against a foe that has Celestial Vision on it. For reference, I think Belial as a sub-summon, FLB, is also 30k supplemental, so that's a huge-ass buff right there. Very big, but that's not it. That's not all. She also has Loving Mother, boost to Dark Allies charge attack specs against a foe Celestial Vision. That, to give you some numbers, is a 30% charge attack damage up and a 10% charge attack damage cap up against foes with Celestial Vision. Takes effect even when Ray is a sub-ally. That's important. Celestial Vision is a permanent debuff. It's indefinite. So once you get it up, it stays up. That's important. So that's pretty sick right there. But let's talk about her actual skills. So Alaya Vignana, I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. Take control of another Dark ally, making them attack twice in a turn, ends on recast. So I think when she came out, a lot of people got super hype about her, and myself, I was kind of hesitant to say that she was super good. All that happened because of this ability. I think a lot of people saw this ability and like, holy shit, that's fucking nuts. You put on 6, and 6 is like the best dark attacker, so he attacks for fucking jillion million damage times 2. Meanwhile, I was thinking, is that actually that much of a gain? So like, this ability is a little bit deceptive. I think it's a trap, personally. I actually don't think this ability is that big a deal. Here's why. So, when you take control of another character, Rey can't attack while controlling foes or allies. That's an important thing to remember. So, a lot of people look at this initially and they're like, wow, you're basically getting an extra character because they're double striking. And it's like, you're not, though. Because, like, Rey's not doing anything. Like, she can't attack while you are controlling somebody else. So it's not like you're getting 4 characters, like an extra 4th, like, character besides MC in the front row. You're more like getting like 3.2 characters in the front row, because like 6 is a pretty good character and you're doubling up his attacks, so he's gonna again be pretty good times 2, though it doesn't give him like an extra set of skills or anything, so like it's not quite the same either. It is a nice buff on a big attacker, but it's honestly not that huge a deal. Like any other character that has a powerful team-wide buff, basically like the same or better than giving someone double strike, unless there's someone like, I guess, Shalem, who you want to build up their stacks fast. Like there's some nuance to how you use it, but I definitely think this is not the highlight of her kit. We're gonna skip over to Moksha because I think that is actually the thing that makes her super powerful. Let's talk about 3. Cold Stare. Take control of all foes, reducing their elemental damage to 0. Basically, it's like a cut. It gets you out of trouble, out of trigger, charge attack, whatever. It's a good skill to have. Ama no Sakate. You know, I took Japanese for a year. I shouldn't be this bad at Japanese, but I am. So I'm just gonna stop with the Japanese because I probably sound like a fucking idiot. Progresses battle turn by 5 at end of turn. There's probably something you use this for that's sick. I don't know of it though. Like, if someone knows of a cool use for this skill, let me know because I'm curious. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So here we're back at 2, Moksha. This thing. Let's give you some numbers. Switch positions with sub ally. 1 switching with dark ally has to be dark. They knew the bullshit we would pull if it didn't say dark ally. Take control of the ally, sharply boosting stats. Hit to ally defense. What are the numbers on that? Okay, this is a 30% attack up. Okay, not bad. Guaranteed triple attacks. That's fucking nuts. 20% damage cap up. That is such a huge cap up. 10% dodge rate up roughly, and then 50% def down. The def down, who fucking cares? Honestly. So, okay. So here's what you're getting. You're getting like a pretty decent attack buff. You're getting guaranteed fucking triples. You're getting huge damage cap buff up. And then you're getting dodge, which actually plays very well because Dark often operates at very low HP, sometimes at 1 HP for extended periods of time. So that's actually a nice boost there. Characters like Vikala want to dodge because like they have like there's a ton of characters that want to dodge, and it plays nicely with the whole, like, it plays nicely with pretty much all Dark's, like, mentality and their playstyle. So, very big. And honestly, the 50% def down doesn't fucking matter if you're just going to dodge anyways, or you have 100% cut whenever you're about to take damage. So, like, yeah, it fits exactly Dark's playstyle. Why is this huge? Well, let's talk about Dark as an element for a second. Common complaint about Dark is they have too many good characters. You have 3 front row slots, not counting MC, obviously. You have probably 6, 7, 8 characters in Dark that all want to be in your front row, that are fucking amazing. So, 6, one of the best auto attackers in the game. Summer Zoe, and Nier for that matter, enable a lot of Dark's bullshit and shenanigans. Usually you pull all their bullshit and shenanigans and then you yeet them the fuck out with a death summon or whatever. But still, like, they get consideration there. You got Shalem. Shalem, once she gets rolling, is insano damage. You got Vikala, very good Zodiac character. You've got fucking Black Knight, who can throw like 3 million auto nukes. You got Kalulu, who throws huge-ass auto nukes. You got so many good dark characters. I'm probably missing a bunch in the ones I said. You can even run Lunalu, who can like duplicate 6 as 1 and be like a mini 6 or something. So you got all these characters fighting for front row that are fucking amazing. So the reason Rey is good is she doesn't need to take up one of those front row slots to give you a huge-ass boost. She can just swap places with a character like Shalem, and now you have basically like 3.5 characters front row because Shalem gets this huge ass buff from Rey, even though Rey is only in the back row. Let's give you some context. So you remember when I said that her charge attack, what the hell was it called? Clairvoyant Vision, Celestial Vision, gives you 30k supplemental damage, right? Alright, well, let's look at another character that gives you supplemental damage in the back row. Where are they? Oh my god. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Halmal. Summer Halmal. Only Halmal. Adventurous Twin. Supplemental light damage based on number of Aurora crests. At 5 crests, this gives you 20k supplemental damage. At 5 crests. Now, I would already say if you have some ability to gain crest on a light team and you don't need your back row, like you're not planning on losing characters or whatnot, Halmal is mandatory. Why wouldn't you take them? They're just extra damage. They're just extra damage for no cost because you're not planning on using your back row anyways. They're 20k. Rey is 30k, not even counting all the other shit she does. Okay. Well, let's look at another example. This one is like much less, even less significant. All these filters. No, that one. Take that one off. Okay. Charlotta. Charlotta has this thing, boost allies charge bars at the starter turn. That's 5%. 5%. Count them. 5. Tiny buff, but does work from the back row. If Charlotta were a dog shit character, which I would say she's not, if she was like 1 def, 1 attack, 1 HP, no skills, if she only had Apostle of Justice, she's still worth running on a lot of teams in your back row, because if you take the exact same lineup as someone else, if you're both running the exact same lineup and you run Charlotta in the back row and they don't, you're 5% charge bar better than them, just flat out. Like, you're running Halmal in the back row, you're 20k supplemental damage better than them. Like, if everything else is the same. It's just flat bonus, no cost. These are tiny buffs. 5% charge bar is not anything that really matters ever. Fucking 20k supplemental damage is not that much supplemental damage. Like, it's not. Then you take Rey, who is effectively a character that has a sub-ability like that, and it's fucking 30k supplemental. So already better than Halmal, doesn't even require crash, just flat. It's fucking 30% charge attack buff. It's fucking 10% charge attack cap buff on top of all that shit. And then, on top of that, she gives 30% attack up. She gives fucking guaranteed triple, absolutely huge on a character like Shalem that wants to charge attack a lot. You get fucking 20% damage cap up, and you get 10% dodge up. And some def down, but who cares? All that shit. And she's in the back row. That's fucking insane. Because, like, there's no team that wouldn't benefit from that. Unless you need literally every single one of your slots and you're running some Galaxy Brain strat like that, Rey fits and should be on every single dark team. So yes, Rey is pretty good. And in that way, because Rey is a universal improvement to any dark grid and a significant universal improvement, I would say she's probably deserving of a 9.8 exactly. Maybe even a 10.0. There's only one other character that I think functions similarly to her that has a similar magnitude of effect, and that's Kame. As I mentioned before, Kame is the 11th weapon. Kame basically gives you bonus stats and cap and all that shit if he's in the back row. But for Kame to work, you have to be running a Highlander Earth grid. So Rey is more versatile than that. It doesn't matter what grid you're running. She's just flat buff. So that's why Rey's amazing. So I'll give you a real quick thing on a dummy, I guess, as to how you actually like set Rei up. And this is Dark doing dark things, because Dark plays fucking weird, because fucking Dark doing dark things. Let me pull up this dummy real quick. So the way I typically set her up, and like it's gonna vary depending on the fight, and like what you're trying to do, because like you might have a Nier in here, or you might have like a Kalulu or a Dark Knight, whatever. How I generally set her up though is, let's just go ahead and like Conjunction and Zoe, get all this shit up, beat the fuck out of this dummy, and we'll go ahead and Serial. And it's interesting because while these things play out, Rei is kind of reminding me of how summons are these days. It used to be with summons, you bring like your main summon aura, and then like the sub auras, it's whatever. Like you bring whatever you got. Like you bring calls you like, and then like stat sticks, so characters with lots of stats, and it didn't really matter. By the way, I'm not using Rei's double attack here, or double strike here, because she won't attack if I do that, and I want her to build charge bar. But yeah, so now you got so many. You got your Primarch, which gives you a sub aura. You got your Arcana summon, sub aura. Belial, hate that guy, but sub aura. Fucking Grand Order, I guess, if you're fighting a null element boss. You got all these summons that have sub auras. So now you have very like before you could run whatever as your sub summons. Now you can't. Now there's very little flexibility in sub auras in your sub grid for summons, because there's so many good ones. Rei is kind of like that. If they keep on adding characters that are very good from the back row, you're gonna hit a situation where there's no flexibility in your back row. Your back row becomes static. So because like there's just best options for the back row, like Rei. So I need to think about that more before I decide whether that's a good or a bad thing, but that is a thing. Okay, so now Rei's got 100% charge bars, turn 2. Let's go ahead and charge attack on everybody. And I love Rei's charge attack animation. She hits in the fucking bedroom eyes. And say that because Rei's like 1,000,000 years old. That's her backstory, actually. Okay, so now she's got Celestial Vision up on this asshole. It's right there. We're going to attack one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and do a double strike on 6. Just you can see what it looks like, I guess. And the reason I want to take one more turn is I've set my team up a very specific way. It's 6 Rei, Zoe, Vikala, Shalem, and it's like that for a reason. So the reason is I'm going to go ahead and daff Zoe here, get her the fuck out, because she conjunction, her job's done, get Vikala in here. Now I'm going to Moksha, switch Shalem in. So now that's the setup. Now we're off to the races, we are good to go, everything is set the fuck up. And that's how I usually set up Rei. If you're not going to do a thing where like you run Zoe in conjunction and kill Zoe, because remember, deathing gives your team guaranteed triple also, so that's super nice. But if you're not gonna do that, then you can just run like 6 Rei, either Vikala or Zoe in the fourth slot, and then just Shalem immediately, and just immediately after you charge attack, switch out Rei for Shalem. That also works, but this is the more complicated setup, and now we're off the races and we are good to go. So yes, that's been my character spotlight on Rei. Let me know if you like this kind of content, because I can do more character spotlights. I don't know, I just almost kind of shied away from doing them. But if this is something you enjoy, these longer character discussions, let me know down below, and I will probably do another one. Anyways, catch you guys later. And yeah, I'm sorry for fucking downplaying Rei at all. She's fucking insano. See you guys later.